Wistoria, Wand and Sword is just very bad. Everything that it tries to do feels like an absolute ripoff of Danmachi. And I do know it's from the same author, but he is basically rehashing the same thing but putting different faces on it. Will is just like Belle, Liana is just like Eyes, Colette is similar to Hestia, and you obviously have Finn, who is literally just the same character as Finn from Danmachi. The only difference is Alferia, and she's not even in the show for 5 minutes. If you took all the story and character development in Danmachi and just stripped them down of everything, you would get this piece of hot doo-doo, which is Wistoria, Wand, and Sword. I'll be ranting about how bad this anime is because even at 2 times speed, this show felt like it was going absolutely nowhere. I gained no happiness from this anime, and because of that, I'll be spreading my dislike because I just need to get it out. Let's start with how the story went absolutely nowhere. From start to finish, it was useless fight after useless fight after useless fight. I get that these mages are prideful, but can you not hold your balls for a second and just mind your own business? This whole season would have been non-existent if that was the case. Julius, Sion, the edgy professor, and the green-haired elf are such annoying recurring archetypes. We have been through this the whole season. Please just stop this madness. I get that Will is a talentless mage, but can you just recognize that this guy can beat your ass? Like, goodness gracious, man. I don't even know what the author was going for this whole season. There's just no point. I know Will wants to become a Magia Vander to watch the sunset with his wife Elfie, but is there no other way? Is Magia Vander the only route? Could he just not become her secretary or something? And why can't Elfie and Will meet? Why does she have to use such a roundabout method through Rosti? But besides the fact that his goal is absolutely useless, just to drive the underdog story, you would think after centuries of magecraft that there would be someone to bring some semblance of order to all the races, or at least bring some sort of equality. So you're telling me that the mages are the pinnacle of humanity, but obviously the mage can't be a tank. Let's just accept that there are different roles people play. Now that we got through Will's dumb ambitions, there is literally only one other interesting plot point, and that is the antagonist that shows up in the last 3 episodes and does absolutely nothing. Yada yada yada, their whole group wants to bring down the false guy to unleash the calamity upon Earth. And I bet you that the head witch professor is not as innocent as she seems. But that whole false guy plot point is just glossed over. Don't you think we should know a little bit more about who the antagonist is and where the story is going after 1 season? No? Okay. Man, this show sucks bad. Not only is the story just the epitome of what a generic shonen is, the characters lack originality. As I said before, they're just Danmachi characters copied and pasted onto a new design. Every single character is copy and pasted with the exception of Alferia. And also the hot-headed characters really need to shut their mouth. Their character is super straightforward. Be as annoying as possible to the main character. The problem is, the author is trying to justify their actions as much as possible so we can like them. I'll tell you now, I will never like their character. Super one-dimensional buffoonery. I also bet that there's just conveniently going to be villains for all the kids to win against, while the real adults with experience are getting one-shot by the main villain. You can't make this stuff up. It's going to happen because it's the same generic shonen formula. I don't mind generic, but at least make something different. Every romance anime follows a similar format, but the ones that stick out have something new going for it. Elfie, that's pretty new. Too bad you don't utilize her at all because she would just take care of all Will's problems. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that throughout this whole season, not one singular character develops at all? Not even the power scaling changes. Will is just as strong at the end of the season as when we first met him. I don't know anything about the characters because they are just doing battle after battle after battle, and when the characters do have a chance to sit down and have a heart-to-heart, it's just some comedic moment. I don't give a flying saucer about any of the characters besides Will, Alferia, and Colette, 2 of which are in the majority of the anime and aren't bullies. While the last one, I just like how cute she is. None of the reasons I like these characters are about their development, because truth be told, there is none. And if you think there's development, you're grasping at straws, man. Now, one of the main ways the author tried to develop their characters is by inserting some sad, somber backstory. make us feel bad while showing how the characters redeem themselves. Brother, that is some of the laziest writing ever. But besides that point, after the redeeming moment, they just go back to being the same dickhead as before, which completely diminishes the point. Also, a backstory should be impactful and intentional. The author uses backstories to come up with some of the pettiest crimes against humanity. Like, Sion's backstory is as petty as can be. He hates Will because of one thing he said to him. Julius has some serious inferiority complex and also hates Will because of one thing he said to him. Green Elf got cucked by his girl, so that's him, I guess. But backstories only hold some semblance of meaning if it adds to the lore, or if I care about the character. If you gave me some random character mob backstory, I wouldn't care to say the least. And that's basically what the author is doing with these other mob characters. I don't have any attachment to them because you make them intentionally unlikable. Here's what I think. If you develop an antagonist into someone good, like Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender, there should be some changes to their behavior. They shouldn't act the same way as the mob characters in the show. And the main cast and crew, there's nothing special to say about them. All I know about Will is he has an inferiority complex, he's strong, he has a wife, and he's a smooth talker. Oh, I guess he's also a coward? That's something new we learn about him, though that only lasted for a few seconds. You see, impactful moments like that, you can't just gloss over. Make there be consequences for Will's cowardice. Make someone very injured or possibly kill them off. Too bad that won't happen, because all these characters, including the mob characters, have thick plot armor. In the first episode, 2 of the mob characters get flung into a solid rock at 120 kilometers an hour. And you're telling me that they're not dead. What? You know a show is going to be bad when you can't even kill off a few mob characters. I mean, besides all the trash in the show, I have to say the animation is top notch. They blew it out of the park with this one. If you just like flashing sword fights and don't care for story or development, then I gotta recommend this series to you. You will absolutely love it. However, if you are just a little more cultured and need a little more character development with a little more story, then I wouldn't recommend this anime to you. I wouldn't even recommend it to my worst enemies. So if you liked the video, hit like and subscribe, and see you later.